good afternoon to all of you. I, Ragini Kumari, along with my group members of 2K19 batch GMC Betia, are going to present the topic, namely hemolytic anemia and G6PD deficiency. Here we will be focusing on few subtopics like what is hemolytic anemia, types of hemolysis, its causes, parameters on which it can be judged, clinical aspects, and finally we will throw some light on one of the main causes of hemolytic anemia, that is G6PD deficiency. Now coming to my topic. You all would be familiar with the term anemia, in which oxygen carrying capacity of blood is reduced due to reduction in number of RBCs less than 4 million per microliter, or the content of hemoglobin less than 12 gram per deciliter, or both. Anemias in which excessive destructions of RBC occur, that is hemolytic anemia. According to Winthrop's or morphological classification, it is normocytic or normotonic. That is, size of RBCs as well as the content of hemoglobin decreases to maximum level. Hemolytic anemia share the following features: shortened lifespan of RBC, less than 120 days, and compensatory increase in erythropoiesis. Hemolytic anemia can be of two types: extravascular hemolysis and intravascular hemolysis. Extravascular hemolysis is more common. In extravascular hemolysis, destruction of RBC takes place by macrophages in liver, spleen, or bone marrow. Here, the free hemoglobin does not escape out in the plasma, but some may inevitably escape out in plasma, which binds with haptoglobin to prevent its excretion in urine, thereby lowering the level of haptoglobin. Hemoglobin can be broken down into globin, which enters the amino acid pool, iron, which binds with transferrin and gets stored as ferritin, and finally it breaks down into heme or protoporphyrin, which gets converted into biliverdin, which is green in color, and finally it gets reduced to bilirubin by biliverdin reductase enzyme. This bilirubin is unconjugated or water insoluble, which is transported to liver where it becomes conjugated and forms glucuronic acid. But in extravascular hemolysis, the level of unconjugated bilirubin increases to manifold, which can lead to jaundice. Thus, extravascular hemolysis can be benefited by splenectomy, as most of the destructions occur in spleen. But on the other hand, in intravascular hemolysis, free hemoglobin escape out in plasma, as most of the destructions occur within the blood vessels. This free hemoglobin again binds with haptoglobin, lowering its level, but once the haptoglobin gets saturated, it oxidizes to form methemoglobin, which is reabsorbed and catabolized in the PCP. But some may pass out in the urine. Iron released from the hemoglobin can get accumulated in the tubular cells to form renal hemosiderosis. Rest of the features are common in both extravascular and intravascular hemolysis, like anemia, jaundice, increased level of LDH or lactate dehydrogenase. Now, I'd like to pause the career to further explain the parameters of hemolysis. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Ragini, giving me opportunity. Good afternoon, my dear classmate and respected sir. I am explain parameters. The hemoglobin level decreases hemolytic anemia, and hemolytic anemia in level of 6 to 10 milligram per deciliter. But normal value of hemoglobin 12 to 14 milligram per deciliter. Reticulocyte hemolytic anemia increasing 5 to 20%. What is reticulocyte? Reticulocyte of immature RBC. And mean capsule value normal in mild increase. And bone marrow erythroid hyperplasia.
एक इंटरप्शन मारे तुम लोग को 5 मिनट दिए। टॉपिक क्या था? हेमोलाइटिक एनीमिया विद एम्फेसिस ऑन G6PD। हाँ, तो तुमको बताना है कि हेमोलाइटिक एनीमिया क्या मीनिंग होता है, व्हाट आर द कॉजेज ऑफ हेमोलिटिक एनीमिया, हेमोलिसिस, एक्स्ट्रावैस्कुलर, इंट्रावैस्कुलर। कॉज तो तुमने नहीं बताया, कहाँ बताया?
इसके बाद
इसके बाद नहीं, तो इससे पहले बोलना। प्लस आई डोंट वांट टू नो अबाउट बिलिरुबिन। Why should I know about bilirubin? This is what it means to talk in 5 minutes. संक्षिप्त में तुमको बोलना है, एकदम कंसाइज, है ना? जैसे तुम्हारा पैरामीटर बता रहे हो ना, अगर तुमको डिफिकल्टी हो रही है इंग्लिश में, टॉक इन हिंदी ना। जरूरी नहीं है कि एकदम अंग्रेजी ही बोलना है, अंग्रेजी बोलना जहाँ जरूरत है। And amongst us, you can talk in Hindi if you can explain better. All right. चलो फटाफट करो, your time is up.
देखिए हेमोलाइटिक एनीमिया में हीमोग्लोबिन का लेवल
हो गया, एरिथ्रोसाइट्स काउंट बोलो। बनाई क्लास तुम लोग कहाँ जाओगे?
हेमोलाइटिक एनीमिया कॉम टेस्ट टू टाइप, डायरेक्ट और इनडायरेक्ट। डायरेक्ट इज नेगेटिव एंड अनकंजुगेटेड बिलिरुबिन हेमोलाइटिक एनीमिया में इंक्रीज हो जाता है।
ठीक है, ओके। नेक्स्ट कौन बोलेगा? चलो कंटिन्यू। कॉजेज ऑफ हेमोलिटिक एनीमिया।
Now I have classified the topic causes of hemolytic anemia.
Right.
There are several causes behind the hemolytic anemia, and our user classified into two major causes: inherited and acquired. Inherited and acquired. All of you know that in inherited defects there is a change in DNA, and this DNA changes the mRNA. This also affects the proteins by central dogma. This and all we know that these proteins are the structural components of the cells. Thus, this defective protein synthesis the abnormal red cell membrane in hereditary spherocytosis and hereditary elliptocytosis, which are of no use and thus degraded by the body. The enzyme required in RBC synthesis, such as pyruvate kinase, G6PD, and pyridine pyruvate its deficiency causes less production of RBC, thus ultimately creating anemia. Now, dear classmates, I am drawing your attention about the two major causes of anemia across the globe. The two are thalassemia, also known as Cooley's anemia. In this deficiency of hemoglobin is present, and it is common in the people of Thailand and Mediterranean region. And in the sickle cell there is abnormal hemoglobin or hemoglobin S, which is very common in the region of African origin people. Now the inherited causes are finished. Now we will talk about acquired causes. In acquired causes, it is further classified into two parts: immune or non-immune. Whenever there is antibody whenever there is a formation of antibody against our self RBC, it is called autoantibodies. And it is the two main immunoglobulin behind this autoantibody formation are immunoglobulin G and immunoglobulin M. And my friend Sikandar said that Coombs test or antiglobulin test is used to diagnose the formation of antibody against our RBC or reticulocytes. Now I will talk about alloantibodies. In case of emergency and accidents, if there is a wrong blood transfusion, the body rejects it, and it is known as the alloantibodies, because the antibodies are formed against the foreign RBC.
Wrong blood transfusion मतलब क्या हुआ?
Unmatched blood transfusion.
हड़बड़ी में थे, सुअर मिला है, उसका ब्लड।
No sir, blood group different होना चाहिए.
हाँ, blood group there is cross matching. Failed cross matching, डॉक्टर साहब ने एक के बदले बी डाल दिया।
Yes sir. Now there are other several reasons behind hemolytic anemia. We call about in the infection malaria there is conditional hemolytic anemia. In burns and trauma, the loss of organ causes ultimately causes the loss of RBC, thus causing anemia. And last we will talk about paragonal nocturnal hemoglobinuria, also known as PNS. Is a rare life-threatening life-threatening immune disorder where a protein, a surface protein DAF is present on the membrane of RBC which destruct it. Thus, this is all about the causes of anemia. This is all about the causes of anemia, my dear friends. Time is limited, and thank you for hearing me. Thank you. Now I will invite Karthik to give this time of the presentation. Come on, Karthik. Good luck. The stage is yours.
There are some clinical aspects of hemolytic anemia. We can decide. First, the patient will have a pallor of a mucous membrane on the tongue. And secondly, there will be fluctuation for all jaundice. Gallstones are common in these patients, and the patient with sickle cell anemia might have ulcer around his ankle.
Hello friends, I am here to cover the topic G6PD, glucose 6-phosphate dehydrogenase deficiency. What is G6PD and why it is to be discussed under the hemolytic anemia? Glucose hexose monophosphate में abnormality in hexose monophosphate shadow और glutathione metabolise deficiency or red blood cells that leads to the red blood impaired enzyme function leads to the red blood cell to protect themselves against the oxidant stress that leads to hemolytic anemia. The G6PD variant associated with the hemolysis result in the misfolding of protein molecules that leads to the proteolytic degradation. G6PD is excellent recessive trait which makes the male more prone to this disease, and clinical features are food, fava beans, it is extracted from the fava beans, Mediterranean and Middle East and some parts of Africa it is totally prohibited, and some drugs, sulfonamides and nitroflotoxin, and acute illness, the variant, the exposure of oxidant stress that leads to the infection, which leads to the hemolysis in under viral infections and hepatitis.